the whole reason why we're doing content, right, is to help companies get pipeline, to help the sales team execute upon the sales process, right? So what's the content manager's role in making sure that happens?
Yeah, so in addition to being kind of the coordinator of other functions on the content supply chain, they're also responsible for organizing the content within your sales engagement platform. And so this could be anything from knowing when to A/B test or reiterate content, making any hands-on changes like tag strategy or creating new collections or uploading new content that's created by the content writer. You can think of this as the things that reps would hardly ever be incentivized to do if you were to make them sort of the content managers, which is something that we see in a lot of organizations, is that a sales rep loves to write new sequences, but obviously because that leads to pipeline, but the things like making sure that content is continuously A/B tested, making sure it's tagged properly so other reps can find it, making sure that it's, assigned to the appropriate collection, and even doing things like, making sure there's not a ton of repetitive content in an instance, which also kind of goes with the content owner, but the content manager, it's very important that they're doing those hands-on organizational items within content, not the technical side necessarily, but within content to make sure that kind of the not so glamorous jobs within the content supply chain are being done and being executed. It's really important that there's kind of a central point of contact that's responsible for executing that.
Yeah. And I think about there's a lot of coordination that has to happen, like if you're putting on some theater production, you've got to have different roles that are doing certain things, and depending on the size of the organization, they could have someone that's literally headcount, like a full-time person doing content management. So and sometimes that's one of our recommendations is to have that, but sometimes it's there's somebody on the team that has the bandwidth, that can, depend on the size of the team and the scope of the sales engagement operation, that they can, just fulfill that function.